Hi guys, in this video we are going to discuss about how to integrate with the web service API or how to make a backend API call or how to use the code to integrate with either CRM, it can be ServiceNow or any third-party solution by using API. Okay, so as we go back to our chatbot, okay, so this is what we have created so far. Over here we are asking a user can say what whether a user want from which city and all this thing, and accordingly we are giving the hard coded message right now. Okay, now to enable to integrate with the backend, right, what we have to do is enable this thing, enable webhook call for this intent. So what will happen once all the information has been captured, right, uh, instead of giving the response from here, right, what we have over here, it will first go to the web service side and try to pull the information and display the message over here to the chatbot. Okay, so let's click save over here. Now there are two ways, right? One is either you can use the fulfillment. Okay, so for this you have to enable the billing account. Okay, so once you click over here, you get this inline editor, but it's asking for go to the GCP, do the what is that, add your credit card and all this thing. So what I will do is, instead of not using inline editor, there is another way is called webhook, right, where your code does not has to be deployed in GCP. Okay, so what I will do, I will enable this thing. Okay, and what I will give is the code which I have, right. Okay, so don't worry about this thing. I will share the code. I have already shared the code in the GitHub. The link is given in the comment section. Okay, now what we are doing over here, we are just creating an express. So Node.js provide express to enable your what do you say, it's a kind of a application server, right, like we have a Tomcat for Java. That is the best example I can give over here. Okay, and this little bit of code is coming from your fulfillment side. So if I go to back to my fulfillment page, right, so if you see over here, there is a intent map mentioned, right. Same thing I have given over here. So what it means is, so for this intent, okay, so what is the name of our intent? We will go back to intents. So right now it is configured for this one. So what I will do is I will copy the intent name. Okay, now what it says, for this intent name, make a call to one of the function. Okay, so what will be the name? Do you want to name it as a test? We can give it as a test. Okay, so sync function test will pass agent to it, and for now we will just test it out with something called agent dot add, and in bracket coming from API. Okay, okay, so now to make it work, right, so let's say if you have kept your code in one of the folder. Okay, few things we have to install. First we have to install express, so the command is npm install express, so it will install that one. Then what we required is Dialogflow fulfillment. Once it's installed, installation done. Next is npm install Dialogflow fulfillment, so it will start installing that. Done. And the last one is Axios. Okay, install Axios. Okay, so this way what we are doing is installing the necessary, what you can say, comparing to Java again, the lib files, so that we can use the functionalities which is mentioned in those packages. Okay, now coming over here. Okay, what we will do is node, and what is the name of the file is default server.js. And once you do that, you get this message, right? Now, right now it is all local, right? You can call it from localhost and hopefully you will get something, right? Or maybe not something. So localhost 3030, you get something like this, right? But we have to call it from Dialogflow, right? And how Dialogflow can communicate with it. So for that, why it is saying giving that? Let me click save. So for that, I will be using something called ngrok. Okay. So what ngrok is provided is tunneling, right? So let me open the ngrok. So command is ngrok, then http, and what port number it is running, right? So our code was running on port number, where it is, 3000. So I have given that. Now what it gives me, it gives me one https url. Okay, and we are listening to webhook. So what it means, let me first give it over here, ngrok url over here slash webhook. What means, so whenever there is a fulfillment, right, we enable the fulfillment in that intent. What it will, Dialogflow will do, it will send or pass the request object to this URL, which is nothing but pointing to our localhost, or this Node.js code that we have written over here, like this one. And in the request object, we will get all the values, and we have to respond back, right? So far so clear. Okay, so now just to test it out that our code is working fine, what we will do, I will just test it out. Click on save after changing the URL. Once that is done, so I will say hi. Okay, so we got the standard, we required weather for Pune, we got, and we can give C for Celsius, and coming from API. So if you see over here, we have make one ngrok call to this URL, which is coming to our code. Okay, now we need the details from API, right? Right now it is, again, we are just passing the hard coded value. Now let's say we want the API response from the one of the weather website, right? So for this one, I'm using a site called Weather API. It has free plans, so that's why I'm going with it, and it's provide uh, what do you say, the result, or weather with respect to the city name, right? Which is much easier compared when I was comparing with the other one. Okay, so this is the URL that we get. Okay, this is the API key which is required, and this is the query with the name of state that I will be passing. So once I do that, I get a response back with the city New Jersey, and what its latitude and longitude, what is the current weather. So it's saying Celsius is 0.03 degrees Celsius. My god, so cold. Anyway, and it also provides many other features like wind and uh, other details like what is that, gust and all this thing. Not sure what it means, but anyway, now what I will do, I will go over here and click on code snippets, right? From the drop down, I will select Node.js Axios, and what I will do is just copy this thing. Okay, So let me just copy and make a function over here. So let's say I give function like get weather. Okay. For now I will pass the agent and I will paste the code. Okay. So far so easy. We already have Postman which is providing me the code and I'm getting the response back. Okay, so you can see that I'm printing the log data over here, and over here again we are doing all hard coded. Nothing has been configured and changed so far. Now what I will do, okay, so before that one of the important aspect is, although I got the response 641 millisecond, which is like less than a second, but Google does not wait for that time. So what we have to use something called promise. So what we are doing over here with respect to promise is that we are ensuring or giving what do you say, assurance to Google or Dialogflow response that we will be giving back the response. Don't worry about that. So resolve this thing. Okay, so now what will happen when we make a API call, it will again come over here and it will make this API call and we will just see the response in the console, and then again we will debug and add the response based on the responses. Okay, so what I was doing, agent add. Okay, so we will call where JSON object and await. What is the name of the function? Get weather, and awesome. And what we will do is console.log and we will print this thing. Okay, just for that now. Okay, and we will comment this section so that we don't have duplicate logs. Okay, so now what we will do, restart the server, control C, and again start the server. Okay, it has started. Now we will see that if we are able to make a call or not, and again API is returning back or not. Weather Pune and Celsius. Okay, so if you see over here, we got the response, something response, right? Right now we are not using the information that we are getting. What is that? The city name that we have captured, the information like Fahrenheit and all this thing, right? What response to be sent in centigrade, Celsius, sorry, centigrade, Celsius or Fahrenheit, right? Okay, so now that we got this one, okay, so what we will do is JSON data equal to, we have to parse. So we have parsed now. Now to get the current, okay, so what we are looking? We are looking for temperature in Celsius. Okay, so TMP Celsius equal to JSON data dot this is inside of current dot this, so we will get the Celsius and also we will say the Fahrenheit, and what is that, F. Okay, so now instead of this one, what we will say, so today's weather in Pune, just hard coded right now. We will see how to get those entities that we have mentioned. just in a while. But before that, Pune is, and let's say we give this value and see if it is working or not. Not to the ng-log, to this one. This is just to check if our JSON parser is working fine or not. Weather Pune, Celsius. Okay, so we got the value 0.06 from here, right? So now we are dynamic, right? We are making API, call to API. We are responding back based on whatever the data that we got. Now what we will do is, instead of the hard-coded New Jersey, right? What we will do, instead of that, we will pass the city name which user have provided, right? So for that, we will pass the request object that we are receiving and pass that value to this function which is making all the decision, right? So let's do that. We will go where it is. Okay, over here. So what we will do, console.log, and let's print the request, right? At the end we will get all the values from the request object. Okay, so let's kill our this thing again and comment that console log so that we get only what we are looking. Start the server again. Started. Now what we will type, hi again, weather for Pune, we will try Fahrenheit, and oh, it has changed, is it? Oh, it's morning time over here, no? Okay, so this is the request object we usually get from Mr. Dialogflow, and if you see that fulfillment text and all this thing crap is there, but what I am interested is in the oh sorry, the parameters, right? Okay, so it is instead of this one, so it is in body and then parameters. Okay, so to display the object, what we will do is json.stringify request.body. Okay, so we will print it out this one again, and again I have to uh, uh, kill the server and start the server, and once it is started, run again. Hi, weather Pune and Fahrenheit, come over here. Okay, so now we have something much important. So we have query result. Okay, this is very garbage. I will copy and I will go to, what is that, JSON pretty, oops, JSON pretty. Okay, open one of the URL which comes. Why it is taking time? Okay, so it has load up. Okay, now what we can see is what values we required. Okay, copy this so that it will be much easier. Okay, so we required one of the type parameter is degree. Where is I in one place it is all there, yeah. So parameters degree is there. Okay, query text. So we got the one parameter Fahrenheit and another one is Pune. Okay, so which is inside of the context. Okay, because since we are not asking everything in the single intent, right, we have gone to the follow-up intent, that's why it has been what do you say, scattered in the output context. But anyway, we will pull it out, no worries. Okay, so we were in request.body, I think, right? Request.body, and inside of that, this is all parent. So dot output context, and then from there it's an array. So it is array, means we have to go with the array. So first array element, and from there we have to go to the parameters dot, then we are getting city, oops, city, and the another one is not the city, degree type, degree type, yeah, degree type. Okay, so this will give us the two values, so that we'll call, and also what we will do is we will capture those values. So now city equal to, so this will give me the city, and this will give me degree type. I'm again saying, if I'm going too fast, the code is available in GitHub, so you can compare, you can run, play with it, and that will give you much better understanding of what is going on. So we are passing the city, let's name it to city, and instead of passing this hard coded, we will do like this. Now it will give me the response, right? And from that response, what we will do, if degree type is equal to, what we are getting response, Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit, then we will do something else. We will do something in Celsius. Okay. So now, so today's weather in city name is this will be temperature Fahrenheit. Then after that, what we will do, we will say F, right? That will do. Similarly for here, it will be C, and this will also C. Since this is Celsius and this is Fahrenheit, we are anyway getting both the value from the city. So now let's give it a run. Okay. Okay, so let's give a try. Nehal, weather in Pune, and we'll say Celsius. Okay, so we got the value, right? If say, let's say, hi London, how is weather in London, right? I need in Fahrenheit. Okay, why I'm still getting Celsius? Is it Celsius, or so if I give London, So if I give F, what value I'm getting? I got Fahrenheit, right? London Fahrenheit. F degree type Fahrenheit type is London. Okay. Then why not? I am saying Fahrenheit. But I'm a little bit confused. Where is the code? So this is TCF, TF, and F is 53 degrees Celsius. If we say if it is F, we are saying FCC. Okay, so I found the issue. It was, so if you see when I am printing at the value, right? Since I used the JSON stringify, okay, so I was getting the value in double quoted, right? So although I have given Fahrenheit over here, but I have to again give the escape character or remove the JSON stringify just to um, highlight what was the issue. So if I again test mine, show me weather for Paris. Let's go Paris, and I required in Fahrenheit, and I should get value from API. Wait, what just happened? Did I do anything wrong? Okay, let's kill and restart the server. Let's reset the context just in case. Weather for, how is the weather in London, and let's give Fahrenheit. Okay, so now we got the proper 53.6 Fahrenheit, and I hope that is the value over there. Okay, so that was one of the longest video I have done. Okay, that was how to use API to get the real-time value. This code is available in the GitHub, and the link is given in the comment section. Do check out and let me know if any queries. Thank you. Have a nice day.